Andre, how are you doing? Let me see. We can't hear you just yet.
Hello, do you hear me now?
Perfect. Yes.
Awesome.
Excellent. How are you?
Time to come out. 4:20 it is. Amazing. Sorry, Romain, I just got overly excited by the time and Dre coming in. This is just amazing. Please take it away, Romain, and yourselves, please.
Hey, Dre, this is your time. 4:20. The floor is yours. Please tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Yes, my name is actually Phat Dre, rapper Kush. And basically we are heavily involved into the cannabis community and industry. We started in the medical, I say the good glory days, when it wasn't too bad of regulations heavy. People were still, open-minded, and people were still willing to learn as much as they can before I say the gold rush came in. So I established a brand and created a space, and in this space, we created a rapidly successful brand into this space. And now we're a successful company in Washington State, in about 300 retail stores. And we're going to be launching in Nevada and California this year. So now we have successfully tackled the cannabis successful I-502 market space, which is the recreational cannabis market in Washington State. And so, which allowed us to actually have a standard operating procedure, and allows us to go to different states and do the same thing. And so I'm here to let you know that it can be established in this industry, and very success can be accomplished in this industry just with the right knowledge. I know there's a lot of articles about the industry that is, it's going to crash, it's going to do this, it's going to do that. But if you treat the industry like a business, like any other business, it's going to be successful, and that's what people have to understand first. And so I'm here to say, just to tell you about Rapper Kush. This is Paul Orchowski. He sits on my board.
Welcome from Washington.
And he sits on my board. And we also do also real estate as well. With the cannabis mergers, it gives us a better understanding of what we can actually do. And I'll let Paul explain kind of that side of things as well. So go ahead, Paul.
Okay. Well, yeah, we kind of started in the real estate industry, which brought us to buying property to get a grow operation. So that's kind of where this, because basically I-502 started out with about 1,600 farms in the state of Washington, which now have been reduced to about 600. So branding, a lot of people who got in the industry thought that, hey, just because I smoke weed, I can grow weed. I started out in the basement. I started out in a bunch of houses. This is how I can do it. But they failed to realize that it's an actual business. Just because you smoke weed, and everybody grows decent weed. It's not like, you can have, but it's marketing. It's branding, white labeling, whatever you want to do, it's branding. It's just not weed. I mean, people are buying in the state of Washington, packaging. In Washington, you don't get to come in and sniff the product or anything. There's, you get your bud tenders who are young, and they come in and they say, oh, hey, well, this is what because you've got a lot of vendors coming in giving them products. So your bud tenders are your essential part in any store operation to where the weed comes from, or how your buying power is for the consumer. So basically it's branding, because like I said, we've lost 1,000 growers in the state of Washington, which is an enormous amount. I mean, because like I said, it started out with like a lottery ticket for a store here. You couldn't just, the state of Washington initiated they kind of followed the guidelines of the Liquor Control Board. So we're monitored by the Washington State Liquor Control Board from seed to sale. So everything that we're into, like it's a network. It's kind of like, what do they call it? What is the name of the system that we're in? in the store and
green beds, biochar.
yeah, it's a tracking system from, like I said, from seed to sale. So they monitor all this. You have to have camera equipment and all these kind of things. So what people fail to understand is that, hey, look, this is a business. It's not that I just grow some weed, package them in some packs, and we're on the races. It's not like that. It's about people getting involved in packaging, how you raise your social awareness. Like rapper Kush, he's a social media kind of guy. He's a great meet and greet. And that's where he gets to, but again, if you don't have a good source of where you grow your product from, your product line will also deteriorate. And this is what happened from some of the guys that started in the industry in Washington State, is they came out with a bang, and then their product became like garbage. So you lose 1,000 people. And when the Liquor Control Board only wanted to mimic what we had in liquor stores. So I think we had like 320 some stores and liquor stores. So they said, okay, we'll just allow 320 weed stores. So by them doing that, they had a lottery process here in Washington State. So during that, we had a chance to get a store or two by a lottery. So it was a $600, maybe I think it was $627 to get into the industry. Mm-hmm. If you win the lottery. And then not only if you won the lottery, then you had to have a freaking location. That's when the fuckery started. But the thing about it, excuse me, there's a lot of that going on in the world today. But basically that's how it started. And that's where branding became in. That's where rapper Kush started back a while ago, and it just kind of has a name where people get tattoos of, like this guy.
Well, that's another story.
Yeah,
but it's branding recognition.
And
that's what we really strive for, because we were actually so hindered with different laws on different ways to actually promote. We can't have a commercial. We couldn't have different things. We couldn't say this product is really, is helping you in this sort of different kind of way. So we had to use social media. We had to use different outlets to really bring that really to guerrilla marketing, as what people address it today, via social media. So we really are really trying to put that in the forefront. It's been really working well for us. We kind of have the theory, why fix something that's it's not broke. So with that being said, is we're actually going a little more and more further, just not with cannabis influencers, just with worldwide social media influencers that have upwards to 6 million, 10 million followers, 20 million followers. And that's really working out for us. We're actually working with different people with different industries, with celebrities, different sports industry people. And it's really come to find out that a lot of people really wants this product, needs this product, and really are willing to accept this product. We just have to put it in people's face for that product. I call it the yellow page model. Anybody that had a business, I say 20 years ago, put all their effort in the yellow pages in that front page, and it was costing up for anywhere up to $5,000 to X amount of dollars for that front page space. And now it's 30 seconds of social media that you're seeing every single day. I mean, how many times we look on a phone where we're talking about something and then it pops up on an ad? And that's what we're really doing, is STOs, and really making that format where it's a constant, I call it, you can, Pepsi, for instance, Pepsi and Coke, you see that every single place that you can see a soft drink, you see Pepsi and Coke. In 5 different stores, you can go in 5 different stores on the block, and it has Pepsi and Coke. They don't fight for products. They don't say, if you go in that store, you can't sell in that store. And so that's what I'm trying to make it with the product, standardize a standard product in the industry. And so that's what I really strive for with Paul. We've been really doing a great job with this. We know about different avenues from recreational stores to different stores, to different producer processor sides, to really standard operating procedures of the cannabis industry. And that's what we're taking it to the knowledge, the next level. And that's what we are. That's what we're doing. We are the forefront of this industry. And so we really have to take it with a grain of salt and really use our expertise to set model to the next phase. As they say, no pun intended, with the things going on right now. So that's what we're doing right now. Paul, we have definitely some great products coming out. We have a hemp line that's coming out that's really, really been successful. It's called the Rapper Kush hemp line. I have actually about 17 different products that are hitting the shelf right now, but I have up to 275 SKUs that we're looking at. So from tinctures to gummy bears to vegan gummy bears to candy rocks that are pop rocks to really a plethora of different products, from creams to tinctures to higher dosage, because we're finding out that 1,000 milligrams to 2,000 milligrams to those 5,000 milligrams really increase what you want to bring into ingest in that body, that you want to take in that,
show some
stuff.
We have a few little items.
I got some products here. I would love to show you guys. Yeah, they're just sample tinctures. This is actually a 3,000 milligram tincture. For instance, there's a lot of people that are actually using this product right now. They use a 500 milligram tincture. 500 milligram tinctures is wonderful to start off with, but we find that a 3,000 milligram tincture is really going to set the bar for you. And so we tend to give that higher dosage tincture out, and we're doing very, very well with this product. In our first month, we sold about 4,500 bottles of these. And so it's really went successful. And we just started out.
Yeah, and this one we can go in other states.
And we can go to all
50 states and all countries.
States. We're not really hindered from the laws with
Right.
with the 300 stores, with the cannabis side. And so that's what really brings us to the next level and forefront. And that's why we're here, because we're expanding that
The opportunity
to really expand our horizons and really put it out there. We can go to all different states. And instead of being in 300 stores, we can be in 3,000 stores in each state. And so that's what the brand recognition brings you, credibility, and also it brings you actually that brand sprays that you can go into a store. A customer knows your product, knows your credibility, and is going to purchase your stuff just off that. So that's what we use that for.
And don't forget, you can order online.
And you can order online.
which is naturally the easiest thing to do these days. Would be the Amazon of CBD.
Yeah, and that's what it's going to go to. Amazon, Alibaba.com, things like that nature is really taking a different threshold, because you have so much worldwide access and availability. For instance, what we're doing right now, we have a variety of people tuning in, a variety of people listening in each different demographic and in different regions. So, just that right there, they're going to bring that to that demographic in that region. And that's what really this is about. I appreciate you guys even considering and putting Rapper Kush on the forefront. I'd love to answer any questions that you have. And I can tell you exactly who we work with. So if you guys have any other questions, people like that in industry, I know a lot of people say, well, who do you work with? I work with Custom Grow 420, Joe Leoli. He has right around 2 million followers, 1.6 on YouTube, and about 496,000 on Instagram. Jackie 420, he has about 350,000. Right now, he won Stoner of the Year twice in Vegas, and he's actually one of the hottest industry people right now. He's working with Cheech and Chong, a couple other big people. Harry Dab. I work with a couple other different people. And so it worked out to be very, very a good transition towards the cannabis side. And who we're working with now is Kush Poppy, Supreme Patty, Fat Boy SSC. We have a couple other two people that we're going to be looking at as well. And it's going to be great. Terry Business. We're doing a lot of work with him, Noble Farms. And so we are doing a lot of great things that's coming up. We got a lot of great, I say commercials that's going to be hitting the market waves. It's very hard, you know, with the COVID, doing shoots, doing things like that. So we're just doing it by ear, playing kind of how we can actually, I do know French Cannoli. Met him a couple different times. Great guy. I don't call him on a daily basis or anything like that, but I do know of him, and he makes some wonderful, great product. I respect his work. He's one of the actual pioneers in the industry for hash, and it's funny because there's a whole theory about different I guess methods about using different formats about the cannabis plant right now. For instance, French Cannoli uses hash, and that method is strictly water-based, solventless, and so you know it's just water. And I'm just I'm waiting to take the hashy. Awesome. Just caught me off guard. So that process is nothing but water and pressure. That's one of the finest hash products that you can get is his product, and it's a very, very sought after product. And then you have another method called hydrocarbon wax, where it's a process where they use different solvents to extract the cannabis and from that plants. So it just depends on what process you prefer. Me personally, I like solventless. But you get different things and different things with that. And then my second is hydrocarbon wax. Personally, it's just solventless. Live resin is where you cut the plant at the pinnacle point of where the trichomes is actually perfectly, I like to say, a clear to a slight amber color. You freeze that process and you actually cut that and you freeze it and then you extract that. It's a wonderful process as well. The process is going, what they have today is really amazing because it's actually a science, it's down to the science now of the process. It's just like with anything else. It's just not in your garage or, you know, in back alley or something like that.
Or in the basement.
Or anything like that. It's actually in big, you know, $10 million facilities and, you know, have D1s and D1 rooms and, you know, everything certified. We're the company that actually grew my product for Rapper Kush, was actually one of the first OSHA certified facilities in cannabis, and which was very rare because they were actually on the port of Tacoma, and you had to basically go through the Port of Tacoma Police Department to get to the facility. So it was different regulations, different times, different things. Everything has to be coordinate to the city, to the state, to the fire department. Each room can cost up to I seen a room with $5 million.
Yeah.
So it just depends on what your capabilities are in that section.
Right. And the city codes. Right. We got more yabba dabba than Fred Flintstone, so we can keep going on, but we probably should cut it. No. See what we got, you know.
We love to answer any questions that you have or any type of things that you guys have. You know, if you have any questions or any type of just leave your info, please. Absolutely. I will do that. Absolutely. Rapperkush.com. You can get a hold of us. And basically, I'll give you guys my email. And if you have any questions or any type of things like that, you can just go ahead and shoot me an email. I would love to answer all the questions that you have about the cannabis industry, about how the fun stuff, the bad stuff, the cool stuff, the elite stuff, and the stuff that happens on a day basis of the cannabis industry. From, like Paul was saying, to the packaging, to the concepts, to the way that the products come about, to the thought process. We're doing an edible line right now where some people don't like the sugar, and some people like different things, or it's too sweet or too sour, and so it's all up and down. It's a wonderful industry. I wouldn't change it for the world, and I would not be in any other business right now.
Andre, a few questions that we have. So Gary in Vancouver says more and more people are into the indica more than the sativa. Do you notice that in Washington as well?
I'm a sativa kind of guy because I don't want to go be in the couch. That indica is for me when I want to go to sleep.
And I'm an indica guy.
So
it just depends. There's it's so hard right now to have a true indica and true hybrid, true sativa, because everything is so hybrid right now, and so it could be 50% this, 50% this, but 10% sativa. So I find a lot of sales in Washington State are sativa based driven, depending on what age group it is.
That true too.
And that's what it's based on, age group in Washington State. Certain demographics on certain ratios.
Yeah, and the younger ones, they want to smoke them dabs, and
well, you got the 21 to the 24-year-old that is really a heavy dab concentrated and indica person. Then you got the I say the 24 to the 29, that's more of a hybridish, sativa-ish. And then you got the older 30 and up generation crowd that is more sativa. So that's what I find.
Excellent. What do you have coming up for the future? Any good hash? Well, that's always good to it's always interesting. Hash. For me, growing up in France, I'll be honest with you, it was always hard to find very good weed, I'll be honest, but good hash that we had. So I'm very curious to get your insight.
I love hash personally. Me and Custom Grow 420, we have this conversation all the time. A true hash will always outbid everything else. You would never get a more smoothing tasting cannabinoid flavor than any other cannabinoid than that perfect hash ball, as they say. So I agree. And it's very hard to duplicate that. There's only a few people that can actually do that. So that's in the future when we find that artist, because that's what it is. It's an artist that does that, produce that.
Very much. Yeah. I guess that's for us being closer to Morocco or it's this way get good quality over there for sure.
Well, they're up and coming these days. Like I said, everything is based on chemicals. It's just the way it processes. And I mean, some of these guys I'm just like, dude, how do you make that? Looks just, there's wizard stone, just some of the stuff I see from anybody.
I don't know if you're familiar with the wizard stones that are coming out right now. The diamonds, they look like diamonds with no sauce in them. They're a really good product. It's just different things. But me personally, hash all the way, 100% natural.
Any plans for you guys to cross the border up north at all?
That is in the works right now. I would love to come up to Canada. So if any Canada people that are in the industry would like to get a successful brand up there in the marketplace, go ahead and reach out to us. We'd love to talk. I love international. Would love to be out
We'd
there.
love to see you too, Vancouver.
I love Vancouver. I went up there a couple different times. I love the whole atmosphere up there. So yeah, that's definitely in the works. I'm planning soon.
Well, you're not letting us through the border at this point. We can't even go visit. Trudeau said no. So at this point, I see nobody's got mask on, but
there was there's an interesting question earlier on today as well. How do you see the upcoming elections impacting the industry for you guys in the US?
Well, it's very funny. We have a saying down here being in the US right now is that we in the cannabis industry have a lot of work to do because there's a lot of stress in people's minds. So we need to fulfill the void right now. So with what's going on right now is really good for the cannabis industry and really great on that aspects. But from what's going on is that there's a lot of different agendas, I should say, that is on a different platform from different sides. And personally, I just hope that they get different their sides and get I should say just be neutral with the cannabis industry because the cannabis industry is really helping a lot of people. And so we just need to keep the cannabis industry alive and doing successful.
Well, remember, they declared it a sensual business.
And that's what we are. So we're just going to keep it that.
It has gone a long way.
Yeah. So we're
the progression is coming forward. I would assume that more and more states are coming that way. It's just, I think we're going to be okay here soon, be like Canada. But at this point, they're going to see the money because that's where they're digging in that pouch right now to pay for other things out of our state fund in Washington. So definitely it's going to, we need a rebound. And I think, like I said, having essential business and they seeing that like here in the state of Washington, I think we are over $2.5 billion in sales a year.
Wow.
So, and they take about 43 out of a $10 sale, you pay $4.30 directly goes to the Washington State Liquor Cannabis Board, which they want their money within 40 days. So as soon as like say the end of July is over, you need to pay them by August 10th, or you have a 10% penalty.
Wow.
So say you sell 100,000, they want their $43,000 check by August 1st. On the 10th, you owe them 43,000 plus 4,300. So
well, a lot of people don't realize that, and that's what we come, with that different ball game and different aspect. We really know the numbers of this industry. People say, hey, you make all this money in the industry. No, you really don't make all this money in the industry, and you really pay a lot of tax money to different entities in this industry.
And that's what I was saying earlier about the costs and you having to be a business person. You just can't grow no weed. It's not like that anymore. It's like there's a whole different agenda. You got to be a little bit on a sharper guy or you're going to go down. It's just, there's costs of everything, but we appreciate the opportunity. Rapper Kush, he's a good guy, Dre, and he'll be ready to, like I said, there's a whole bunch of new things coming. We're launching on our way. We love the opportunity of being on here today.
And let us know if you guys have any questions about the cannabis industry on the real estate side. I know a lot of people are in the cannabis industry gets paid for different things that are bud tenders, different people that are in the industry that get 1099, and just a variety of different things that don't know how to purchase homes and purchase real estate, and want to stop renting. We also do those. We talk about cannabis loans. We talk about a variety of things that we can actually do. So if you have any questions,
we do make cannabis loans.
Any questions, just free to go ahead and give us a call, give us a shout out, DM me. It's actually me on my Instagram. It's not a bot. It's not a fake person. I might not get back to you in a day or something because I might not read it or something, but I will get back to you. I just appreciate the time and opportunity that you have. If you have any more questions, we'd love to answer them.
Well, good. I think that's all the questions that we had. Thank you so much for your time, guys. Andre, it was amazing. Paul, very nice to meet you. I know Andre was saying on rehearsal that he would bring someone as well on the panel. So that's pretty amazing. Thank you for your insights on the industry as well, and product knowledge. That's pretty amazing. So I'm sure that a lot of people are going to be get in touch with you for sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
I appreciate you.
Everybody have a blessed day. Be
Thank
safe. You know the deal.
All right. Stay safe.